We about to tell it like it is. This is dedicated to everyone working on a cruise ship round the world. Hit it.
In my research on the cruise industry, I've looked at workers, and actually the issue came to light on one of my first cruises. I was on a cruise ship, and there was a fruit basket delivered to my room, and I one day offered a piece of fruit to the worker, and he said to me, "That would be great." And he went on to explain to me that he never got fresh fruit, that in their dining room they basically had canned fruit if they had any fruit at all. So to him, just getting an apple or a fresh orange was a real treat.
People from recruiters, they promise to you this life and the other, and they promise you that you will go to the paradise. So that is not true, because conditions are totally different.
If you ever wanted to get a job on a cruise ship but you just didn't quite know how to go about it, then listen up, because this ex-cruise ship member is going to reveal the closely guarded secrets of exactly what you need to do to travel the world on a luxurious cruise ship and get paid to do it.
I heard from my friend that working in a cruise ship will gain a lot of money, but in fact a lot of work and less money.
You're going to visit exotic places like the Caribbean, Bahamas, Australia, Europe, Hawaii, Alaska, Africa, Canada, and the Far East, the Pacific, the Mediterranean, even the Arctic, that people pay thousands of dollars to visit, and you're going to do it in luxurious and elegant 5-star luxury while getting paid tax-free income. Sound too good to be true? Well, it is true.
Well, the hours that cruise ship workers work are really hard to believe for most of us. I was involved in a case of unpaid overtime with a cruise line, and we had one worker in that class action suit who reported working 19 hours a day every single day, and he wasn't being paid for anything over the mandatory 77 hours. So they really don't have time to lay down. They don't have time to relax. They don't have time to themselves.
I normally work is like 20 hours a day.
20 hours a day?
20 hours a day. Normally. Without extra duty or everything.
I see them gather, see them on the shore. I turn to look once more. And he who knows me not takes me to the belly of darkness.
Generally, they work 7 days a week, and they work as long as their contract is for. So if their contract is for 10 months, they work 10 months with no days off.
I work 7 days a week, no day off, and I have to work like a year contract, a whole year, no day off.
So many times I pray, so many times I pray.
What was the lowest pay that you heard of some people getting?
Less that I heard is $50 a month for basic payment, and we live and we survive for working like that. It's just from tips that we get from the guests.
I had a friend from Peru. He was working as like a cleaner, in charge of the suitcases when the customer came to the ship and pulled off when they leave after the cruise. And he told to me that he made $50 every 15 days, and he has to do his salary with the tips.
The problem is that the people working below deck, the people who are working in the engine room, in the galley, in the laundry, they can be earning as little as $300 or $400 a month. So there's a wide discrepancy between those people who we see that are kind of up front and passengers meet, and those people who are behind the scenes and doing most of the grunt work. Just by comparison, if we look at people who are like a physician on a cruise ship, on a Holiday America ship or a Princess ship, they're getting paid $10,000 or more a month.
The tears run swift and hard, cold as pain. Even the comfort of a stone would be a gain.
Well, one of the issues that's I guess problematic for many workers is that they're hired through what are called recruiting agents. These are people in their own country who set them up for a job. And often, even though this is against the law under International Labor Organization standards, even though it's not allowed, they usually have to pay the recruiting agent a fee in order to get their job. And these fees can be substantial. I've heard fees anywhere from $500 to $1,500 just to secure one's position. So a person takes a job, let's say they're getting paid $500 a month, and they're starting with a debt of maybe $1,000 or $1,500 to the recruiting agent, plus the cost of airfare to get to the ship, plus other expenses. So they may work as, in effect, an indentured servant for 5 or 6 or 7 months before they actually are making a profit.
I have a friend, and I do myself have experience about paying to get into the cruise ship job. That we have to pay up to $3,000 for getting into the cruise ship job. Whether we don't know that what kind of job that we will get, and some of us will sell our belonging to get that amount of money, but not a little bit. Like some of them, like a lot of them will borrow from the loan shark, because the dream about working a cruise ship with a lot of money.
The recruiter, they make you a beautiful picture of your future.
Yeah.
So
lots of promises.
But more promises than reality. So I don't know what can I do. I don't know what will happen, but somebody has to do something.
But I'm thankful that I'm strong as I am, and I'll try to do the best I can.
My understanding is the passports are held, they would say, because they need them for when they clear immigration in each of the countries they visit. But it also constrains the ability of the worker to get off the ship if they're unhappy. Without a passport, you don't get off.
While we on board ship, we have to surrender our passport and seaman book to the management.
They take all the passports.
Why?
Why?
No idea.
I don't know idea, but I think it's because you can live. You can live. You have to be as a slave there, because if you wanted to stay, you want to leave the cruise ship, you can leave because you don't have documents.
Praise the Almighty, let us not do as He has done to us. Teach my beloved children I've been a slave.